Hello, hello, hello. I'm Vivian McGrath from vivianmcgrath.com, and it's really good to be here. And today I want to talk about how to attract a high value man. And that's because I've so many people have said to me, you're so lucky. They look at my relationship with my husband and they say, how did you find this man who was so nurturing, loving, caring, who respects me, who nurtures me, who celebrates my success, who makes me laugh, who I travel around the world on adventures with, who never gets jealous of me, who never competes with me, all those beautiful traits that he has. And so many people say to me, I want what you have. And you're so lucky. Believe me, I know how lucky I am. I really, really do. But luck's got nothing to do with it. And I honestly say it's not luck that I found this incredible man. It is because I manifested him. How do I know that? Because before him, all my relationships, hello, Tony, nice to see you. All my relationships before him were with men who were completely the opposite. They were not all toxic. Some of them were great fun, but there was a really similar theme with all the boyfriends that and the ex-husband that I had before, in that they were all, to some degree, emotionally unavailable. Whenever we started to get close, they would pull away, they'd put distance, they just couldn't do it emotionally. And over the years, those emotionally unavailable relationships just started to incrementally increase to slightly emotionally abusive, to the one that was the really toxic one with my ex-husband. And that was violent, and he almost killed me. So there was a pattern that kept repeating of, just guys who couldn't commit, who were not really, really there for me. And I started to, when I left the one that almost killed me, when I left that really toxic relationship, I thought enough is enough. I had a small baby. And I knew that both he and I deserved a better life than that. We deserved a family and a person in our life who was a high value man, a man who valued us, who loved his family, who nurtured us. And I started to really look with honesty and realize that, and this wasn't to blame me. I didn't blame myself, but I had to look honestly, and I realized that I was the common denominator in these relationships. The common denominator in one emotionally unavailable or emotionally toxic relationship after another was me, because I looked around at my friends and most of them really did have relationships with high value men. And I thought, why can't I attract that? What's wrong with me? A lot of women say the same to me. What is wrong with me? I know there's something about me. And it confused me, because I really thought that I was strong, I was confident, I was well educated, I was doing, I worked hard, I had a good work ethic, and I worked hard to rebuild my life and start to, get a university degree and build a career. And I was fun, I was funny, I was really good to be with, I was compassionate, I was kind. So I thought I was a high value woman, someone that really could add value to a man and a relationship. But then I started to realize, like attracts like. And I was kidding myself. I wasn't a high value woman at all. How could I be when I didn't value myself. A high value woman is a woman who values herself. And I realized I didn't, because I saw the red flags in those earlier relationships, and I didn't value myself enough to heed them. I ignored them and put that other person and their needs first. I accepted crumbs. I gave myself away, mistaking sex for love, just wanting to connect in any way to try and be valued and validated and loved, but in all the wrong ways. And I accepted less than I deserved. I went back when they didn't love me enough, when one cheated on me, and all those things. So I did not value myself. And I started to really think, if I, who do I have to become to attract that high quality man that I know I deserve? And then I realized I had to become a high value woman myself, because I was only going to attract a high quality man, because like attracts like, if I was high quality and high valuing myself. And that meant I had to absolutely value myself first. So I really worked hard. It took time and hard work, but I really, really looked at, what do I need to do to value myself? Which was, I needed to love myself. I needed to respect myself. I need to never accept crumbs, not ignore red flags, not accept less than I deserved, not build up this fantasy in my head of what this person might be one day if I could love them enough and sacrifice myself enough for them. But find somebody who was good enough for me to begin with, not am I good enough for them, if that makes sense. And I had to put me and my needs first and just stop rescuing guys that, guys that were low value, who were never there for me, who didn't put my needs not even first. They didn't even value my needs at all. I had to really know what I deserved and not settle for less. And I also had to learn how to trust my instincts and build strong boundaries. That took work as well. Really, really understanding how to be assertive, which was scary for me. I was quite frightened about saying no, setting boundaries, being strong in my self-worth. And that was really challenging, because I had to learn how to allow someone in. I had to break down the wall that I put around myself, because I was so scared of attracting another sort of narcissistic or selfish sort of guy. So I built this wall around myself to protect me, but I had to learn how to let that wall down, be vulnerable enough so that I could be open enough to healthy, loving relationship, but also balancing that with understanding how to be assertive enough and set strong boundaries and say no without confrontation, without being too aggressive and fighting because I was too scared, and that was really testing, because when I did meet the beautiful man that I'm so lucky to have in my life now, that balancing act was really, really, really difficult for me. I knew I deserved better. I knew that I wasn't going to accept less anymore. I'd had enough. But when he came along and he was self-assured in a calm, beautifully confident way, not arrogant, not like that, but self-assured. He wasn't damaged. He didn't need me to rescue him and save him and control him. So he was open to getting close to me in a really healthy, loving way. And oh my God, somebody who was available to me, that was absolutely terrifying. And I didn't know how to do that without feeling unsafe and without thinking, when is this going to end? When is he going to slip that mask off and show me who he really is? And is he doing this just to disarm me, get close to me? And then is he going to use all that stuff that he learns about me as a weapon against me to hurt me? So I was in that fight mode, and I would pick fights and I'd push him away because I wanted that emotional distance that I was so used to with unavailable men. Does that make sense? It's crazy. So, but I learnt how to become that high value woman who values herself, who understands how to set strong boundaries without fear, who knows how to be vulnerable whilst protecting myself at the same time. And that takes work and skill, but once you can get that, everything changes. You start to repel those unavailable, low quality, damaged men who are looking for somebody to sacrifice themselves, to put them first and rescue them and save them and take all the blame for all their bad behavior. I repelled them all. And that's why I'm saying it's not luck. Absolutely nothing to do with it. I changed me, and then I changed who I attracted. And once I became that high value woman who valued myself, guess what happened? High value men started coming to me, and I was ready for them. I was open to healthy, loving relationship where I wasn't before. So I hope that helps. Rhonda, hello. Rhonda says that makes sense. That's brilliant. And Anna says she's been there and done that. So, it really is something that it's very complicated to have that massive mind shift and reprogram your mind, rebuild from the inside out to change who you are and who you attract. But once you can do that, it's just simple. You don't attract those guys anymore. And honestly, I can see them. They come I can see them a mile away, and they get a mile away who I am, that I am not that woman who's going to accept less. I'm not that woman who's going to put myself first for them and sacrifice myself and ignore those red flags and put up with bad behavior. And they see that now. I can see them, and they just woof, they veer straight away from me. And life becomes really simple and really, really beautiful as a result. So, it took me decades and to find that art of that really delicate balance between the two. Because if you tip too far the other way, you can come across as that really aggressive, overly confident woman who actually then repels the high value guys because you're too far, you're too your boundaries are too firm, So, but what I've done is I've now, over the years, I've absolutely honed it. And this is what my program that I work with all my clients is all about. It's about how to recover from toxic relationships, understand why and how you became that low value woman who doesn't value herself, and how to really reprogram your mind, rebuild from the inside so that you are aligned whereas before you appeared strong and confident and high value from the outside, you weren't on the inside. And that's what these narcissists and emotionally unavailable guys, they detect, they can see through it, and they can see that inside you're not that person you're projecting from the outside. And so if you're ready, if you're tired of constantly repeating that pattern of attracting these low value, low quality, loser sort of guys or women who just take advantage of you and are not, they say they love you, but they don't, because they never commit to you. They cheat on you, they lie, they are just not there for you. If you're tired of that, like I was, and ready to put the work in to change who you attract, then please do watch my free masterclass, my 5-step relationship detox method, in which I really uncover the 5 mind shifts that you need to become that high value woman who is open and can go on to attracting a high value partner and healthy, loving, long lasting relationships. Just like, yes, I am so lucky to have myself. So I'll put in the description below, I'll put the link to that. Please do watch it. And if it resonates with you and you are ready to learn, go deep and really learn how to find that beautiful, perfect balance, then I will invite you to book a call with me. But the first call to action is watch that webinar. And thank you. So Regina, I'm just going to put this on the screen. So Regina says, I decided that I would just stay single and find friends that share my values. You see, and this is the thing. So many women come to me and say, I've had enough of repeating this pattern, but I'm so scared. I can't trust myself anymore. I can't trust my judgment. I can't trust that the next person is going to be exactly the same, appear to be that beautiful, loving, kind person, but when the mask slips off, they're just the same, another toxic person, but in a different sort of wrapping. And they say, I'm giving up dating. I'm swearing off. I'm going to stay single. But then you're giving up on yourself, because there's nothing wrong. I'm not saying, the best place to be is happily single, in which you don't need a partner and you don't need someone to complete you. And absolutely, that was the point I got to when I then was ready to manifest the gorgeous man I've got now into my life. But so if you are happily single and really fulfilled within, that's fine. I'm not criticizing that. But what I would say, there's nothing wrong either with not wanting to grow old alone, wanting to share those sunsets and those beautiful moments with a companion, with a friend, with your partner, who I've got now. We went walking along the beach this morning, and in fact, last week we went along the beach this morning and we shared that moment when a pod of 50 dolphins were swimming past, and how joyous that was, that I could turn and say, oh my gosh, look at that, with somebody in my life. And there's nothing wrong with that. So if you are swearing off men or women because you always repeat that type and you're just afraid of trusting your judgment and repeating that pattern, well, then you don't have to repeat that pattern. You can break that, and you can have control over the type of person you start to attract into your life, and be open to the possibility. So, yes, so Rhonda, yes, you do say you want a soulmate. So, sorry, I'll come back to that one in a moment. I didn't mean to switch that from Rhonda. So Rhonda says, I do want that partner. So swearing off what you deeply want, which is to find that partner to grow old with, because of fear, is giving up on yourself. And that's not valuing yourself either, because what's wrong with that? You deserve that. And that's what I'm talking about, being a high value woman, that you value yourself enough to know that you don't have to give up. It is possible. You know, and a lot of people say to me, oh, all the good ones are gone. And I would argue that that's just a belief. And sometimes that's a belief to make you feel better about the fact that I'm giving up on it completely. But it's just a belief, you know. And Andrea B, I'm in college and not getting approached right now. What should I do in the meantime? Work on myself. I'm 20, almost 21. Well, Andrea, you are so lucky, because you are that age where you've got the whole of your life ahead of you. And I tell every young woman, I tell all my nieces and nephews who come to me and say that my relationship with my husband is #relationship goal. I love it. They're so beautiful. And I say to them, just don't spend that time when you're young working on yourself, becoming that high value woman or man, the one who really values yourself, who really puts yourself first. Don't accept second best. Don't accept crumbs. Don't look to these people that you can rescue and save and fix and hope that one day they're going to change. Use this time, Andrea, to have fun, exploring, find yourself, and don't just give yourself away to the first thing that comes along. Because if you can find yourself and become that high value woman when you're young, wow, your life is going to change. And I was young. You see, I took this experience of almost being murdered, and you know, I could have felt sorry for myself. I was a single mother on my own at university, like you are, with a baby. You know, I would drive my baby to university, and then at night I'd have to put him to bed and then stay up all night to do my university work. It was exhausting. But I knew that that was the time that I had the chance to change my life for me and my son. And that's partly why I took myself to university. I thought, I want to be a high value woman. I want to value education. I want to value myself, to show my son what self-worth, self-love, healthy relationships looks like. So you do have the power. But as I said, it is complicated. I make it sound easy, I know, because now I've done it, and now I can see the magic and how simple it is to repel these toxic types and attract. I only attract high value people into my life. That's friends. That's strangers who attract to my energy. It's incredible, you know, and it is miraculous and it is easy, but it's easy for me to say that now. So that's why I say to you, if you want that support and someone to guide you to cut through the years it took me to do this, years and years and years. And my clients come out literally within 8 weeks, not years, and they get it. They really, really get it. So if you want that, please do watch my webinar. I've put it down, the link below, how to recover from toxic relationships, break that pattern, fall back in love with yourself and your life, and never settle for anything less than you deserve again. I'm just reading another comment here. Okay, that's too long to go into, Rhonda. I'll respond to you in the comments later. So thank you, everyone. Regina, Rhonda, Anna, Andrea. Sorry if I haven't named all of you. Tony, thank you for being here. And I will please do watch that webinar. Look in the link below. I'll also put the link in the comments. Okay, so I'll see you in that free masterclass and in my next video. Bye for now.